Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Fun with Dumb. Today, I'm joined by an OG Asian in America. He is a jeweler to the stars. He is a persona in hip-hop we've all seen or you've seen pop up in music videos to live performances on videos. He's a Vietnamese American man who's made a name for himself in the jewelry business. It's the OG from Houston, Texas. This is Mr. Johnny Dang. How you doing, sir?
Very good, man.
Gotta shake your hand.
Do?
How you doing, sir?
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me in here.
No, for sure. I mean, I feel like my show became very Asian centric in a way where I just had this wide network of like Asian homies doing some crazy stuff in America, and like you're one of the dudes. You're like a kind of an OG in that sense. You know what I mean?
Appreciate that. Yeah.
For people who aren't familiar, Johnny Dang is a jeweler, and you immigrated to America in '96, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and you kind of just jumped into the jewelry game in America because you come from a long line of jewelers.
Right.
Yeah. So. I read an article that you said your father and your grandpa was a jeweler.
Yeah, actually, my grandfather was a jeweler back in Vietnam, when I was a kid. And it's totally different because they also make like Asian jewelry, more like 24 karat gold, small, because gold is so high values in the country like Vietnam.
Right.
So it's the piece is like real small. If we talk about like half of grams, 1 grams of gold.
Right. And is it more for like the wealthy still over there?
Right. So over there, if you have a piece of gold, you must be very rich.
Right. And then was it a culture shock to come from that kind of jewelry game to America where everything is just like way bigger and larger, right?
It's totally different. And sometimes I just sit back and think about how could I make it. It's kind of like American dream.
Right.
When I came here, I didn't have an idea that I would be a jeweler, So when I was in Vietnam, my father let me know that, after school, you need to go and learn how to make jewelry. Just got a second job.
Right.
Because my main focus was studying and finish my college. And beside the college, I went. But to go to learn how to make jewelry in Vietnam is weird. It's different because you spend half a day just to do like clean up the house, cleaning up, do like service for the boss.
Right.
And only half day you can be able to sit down and do the work.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, how old were you when you came to America?
Like 23.
Oh, 23. Oh, so you were going right into finding a job and figuring out what you were going to do, right?
Yeah. When I just came here, I was so boring. And second day, I went to a flea market with my cousin.
Right.
Yeah, my cousin have a small shop in flea market.
Right.
So I just told him, let me come and help you, just have fun because I have nothing to do at home.
Yeah. So this was a flea market in Houston?
In Houston, right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I know Houston has an interesting system with how the city is split up, right, with the wards.
Right.
Where was this flea market at?
It's more like 45 South. The name of flea market they call like King Flea Market.
Yeah.
It might be the first part. It might be the lead where I become hip hop jewelers because in that flea market there are a lot of like hip hop American like
mixed people selling mixtapes and stuff.
Mixtape clothes and like they sell stuff like outdoor.
So that's where like the part of you being a jeweler kind of leaned more into the hip hop side.
Hip hop side, exactly.
Yeah. And did you at the time when you were doing the thing in the flea market, did you meet a lot of artists that weren't famous yet but became famous from there, or like from
not really.
Yeah.
Even honestly I would not recognize them even I met them,
right?
Because when I just came, did not speak English well, and kind of like help my cousin to repair, so I have no idea about hip hop world. I never ever listened to one hip hop song before that.
Yeah. You didn't even
No idea.
you didn't even know what hip hop sounded like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just went there, worked with him, and few years later, that's where I started go to the mall. I go to the club, do promote when I have my own spot. That's where I start with coming up hip hop artists, like
Right.
local artists, you know.
Right. Hey, Peter, do me a favor. Just turn down his mic a little bit. Just the number one. Just that knob just a little bit. Check. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Not too much. You have to. It's like very sensitive. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. All right. So, how many years were you at the flea market, and then it ended up expand?
I was
Did
there
you
a
expand?
few years. Actually, only about 2 years.
Did
And then he have another shop at another flea market. So he couldn't handle two shop, and he say, "Hey," he just sold to me one, but it's said it's called a shop, but actually it's just two showcase, one jewelry desk repair, and the bar in the back to put a name, both jewelry repair. That's it. It's
Yeah.
nothing in the empty spot.
Yo, hold that thought 1 second. I just gotta shout out Skillshare. Fun with Dumb is brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of amazing classes covering dozens of creative and entrepreneurial skills. I know you guys can learn a couple things as well, right, G2?
Definitely.
You
Signing
can-
up now.
Yeah, you can take classes in everything from photography and creative writing to design, productivity, and more. One thing I actually used for this is like learning my iPad.
Oh, really?
Oh,
'Cause
word?
I didn't know about, I take like little drawing classes for
Yeah,
my
yeah,
iPad
yeah.
because I'm trying to like sketch more and stuff.
Dope.
And on here, you can just type it in on the search and find that. My experience with Skillshare has been great. And, lifelong learning is very important to me.
100%.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like you go through the schooling system and it's up to you after that to keep that thirst for knowledge. And this is a great site because there's every little thing. You can do lanyards or, whatever.
Ooh, lanyard sounds interesting.
I don't know why.
It's like a Google for skills. That's great.
Yeah. Skillshare.com. There's classes, and you'll recognize some people teaching these classes too.
Oh, wow.
Like people who are like
Dope.
experts in their field. Join the millions of students already learning on Skillshare today with a special offer just for my listeners. You get 2 months of Skillshare for free.
What?
That's right. Skillshare is offering Fun with Dumb listeners 2 months of unlimited access to thousands of classes for free. To sign up, go to Skillshare.com/dumb, D-U-M-B, and don't be dumb. Go there right now. Again, go to Skillshare.com/dumb to start your 2 months for free now.
That's actually pretty dope.
That's a good,
Yeah, 2 months free.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
awesome,
I know
yeah.
you've been in Korea for a minute, so just, if you want to brush up on your English, that's Skillshare. That's Skillshare.com/dumb.
Oh.
All right, we're going to take a quick break to let you guys know about Hemp Fusion. They just sent me this product, and I've been taking it. It's been helping me with energy, sleep, and stress. I think there's a lot of confusion about CBD. Our bodies actually already produce natural cannabinoids and plant-based CBD that helps naturally balance our bodies. Unlike other CBD products, Hemp Fusion has CBD plus omegas. This is a great product. I've been using it. It's been helping me like sleep mainly. And this is available both online and at natural product retailers near you. We ship everywhere in the U.S. And right now, I'm going to give you a promo code for all my listeners. Just type in FUN for 20% off of your first order and free shipping at hempfusion.com. So go to hempfusion.com. That's promo code FUN, F-U-N, and get Hemp Fusion shipped anywhere in the U.S. for free. So go right now. That's FUN for 20% off and free shipping at hempfusion.com. Yee. What was your first thought of when you just started seeing hip hop artists come into there and they're asking for these pieces that are pretty crazy looking and grand and different, right?
Yeah, the first I met them in the club.
Yeah.
After from flea market, I opened another small spot in the mall, and then I started going to the club so I can promote, pass out a flyer. That's where I the first know about hip hop. But I started recognize DJ first. Make deal to know DJ.
Yeah.
To be friend with them, and then they introduced me with a couple of local rapper. And Paul was, back then Paul, he one of my very first client.
Mm-hmm.
And
this was when he was starting to get some buzz, or
right when he started. He was still a DJ in the club.
right.
Paul was a DJ, and then he started getting a little bit more popular about rap.
Yeah.
So
you have like a come up like a rapper coming up, going to the clubs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like a rapper
exactly.
trying to get their stuff played.
Just like the same style as you went to the club, pass out a flyer, promote.
Yeah.
And connect with the DJ and the promoter, so they introduced me to a rapper.
Right.
you
Right.
know. And I remember a little bit more popular rapper, they didn't want to see me.
Mm.
They say because it's fun.
Yeah, they're probably not even used to seeing like, oh, some Asian dude
Judas.
in the scene, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. What was like the first kind of custom piece that you made? Because before it's just kind of a jeweler, right? You're kind of doing simple pieces and stuff. Was there? Do you remember like the first time you did like a big custom piece?
Actually, I did. I started making a lot of big custom piece, but that's not for the artist. So I start when I do a lot of repair, right?
Oh, I see.
And then a lot of regular customer, they just came to me and asked me to make a big custom piece. But that they not the artist.
They're not stars or celebrities.
They're not celebrity yet.
Yeah.
And then from there, after that, I started for hip hop, but a lot of big piece, a lot of expensive ones. I really started with regular client, regular customer.
Yeah. What kind of clients were you dealing with in Houston in particular, besides the hip hop crowd? Is it just, I mean, there's the general public, right? But is it, is there like business guys or what?
You mean back then or for now?
Back then, or
back then, I did most of thing I did back then. Is just I started with jewelry repair.
mm-hmm.
So all day long we sit down do jewelry repair. Of course, we did not sell at a showcase because I didn't have merchandise. I didn't have jewelry to sell. So I just did like some of customer, they saw me like making all the jewelry, so they just place order like cut to make. That's what I started. Small piece and become big. The biggest piece I make back then like 2-3 inch. Nothing compared with right now. But and then of course I start with hip hop flea market. That's what I did with a lot of black,
Yeah. Yo, shout out also to BetterHelp. Is there something that interferes with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals? There's plenty of things for me. BetterHelp online counseling is there for you. I know specifically for the Asian American community or the Asian community, therapy is a little taboo.
Yeah.
You talk to something about your parents, they're like, get over it. That's therapy. Yeah. But over here with BetterHelp, you connect with your professional counselor in a safe and private online environment. It's so convenient. Get help on your own time and at your own pace. This is like really fusing in therapy and the current technology, because you can go on in multiple platforms through text, chat, photo, and video. You can start communicating in under 24 hours. And licensed professional counselors who are specialized in depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleeping, trauma. This is like breaking down Rick's life right here. Anything you share is confidential, and I got a special deal for all y'all. It's a truly affordable option. And the Fun with Dumb listeners right now will get 10% off your first month with discount code FUNWITHDUMB, no spaces. That's FUNWITHDUMB. So why not get started today? Go to betterhelp.com/funwithdumb. Simply fill out a questionnaire to help them assess. God damn, do they got a fucking vocabulary section I can get some better help with? Yeah, my bad. Simply fill out a questionnaire to help them assess your needs and get matched with a counselor you'll love. That's betterhelp.com/funwithdumb. That's betterhelp.com/funwithdumb. Use my discount code FUNWITHDUMB to get 10% off your first month. Just seeing like your family, and you said this earlier, like you said your dad didn't really necessarily want you to go into the jewelry industry or what?
Actually,
or was it family?
he wanted.
He did, yeah, because it's a very big family business, right? Like,
Yeah, my father, my grandfather was jeweler in Vietnam.
Okay, yeah.
It's not in here.
Right.
So my father was here in 1986. He had a jewelry store for a couple of years, but it got shut down before we came here. I think he got shut down like 92.
He was
or 93.
he was sending money back to the family out in Vietnam while he was working out here. Is that what it was?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's tough for him because he was here by himself
Right.
and do the work, try to, in order to immigrate me, my mom and my brothers here, he have to show he have a lot of income
Right.
to bring us here.
Right.
So he had to do a lot of work to put money, pay a lot of tax, so they can show like he got enough income. So he really did not spend a lot of money back home,
Yeah, and that must have been kind of a tough time because you didn't see your father for a while, right?
For 10 years.
For 10 years. Wow.
Yeah, he went back a little bit during the times. He went
he
like
did?
2-3 times, yes,
Okay.
to do the paperwork, visited us. But my father's was a soldier of South Vietnam. Vietnam, South Vietnam, and North Vietnam.
Right.
The war just finished in 1995.
Mm.
Oh no, I'm sorry. The war finished in 1975.
Yeah.
So my father's were on the South Vietnam.
I see.
So after the war finished, they put him in jails for years.
Right.
So he escaped it, and went to American like 10 years after, like 86.
Right.
So he got locked up like almost more than 10 years. So we didn't see him since there, like from my born until he escaped.
Yeah.
We didn't see him for 10 years.
So-
Basically, the whole my
Right.
childhood, 23 years,
Before he even left Vietnam, you didn't see him for
a lot.
Right.
I haven't seen my father a lot when I was born up to 23 years old.
Right. Is this still a family business right now? Or
No, not really.
you've kind of taken on the
Right.
torch?
When I opened, I did myself. Of course, my family helped me. My father and my mom.
Mm-hmm.
When I was there, so he helped me for a little bit, for a couple of years, and they retired after that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about like your store now, coming from the flea market to like this crazy facility you have, because I saw a little bit on you talking about it on like GQ interview, Forbes interview, but it's like I was planning to visit Houston this weekend, but there was a huge storm. But what's this? It's like 16,000 square feet or something like that.
Yeah, the 16,000 square feet store.
Right.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's a dream come true, man. I never ever thought. Sometimes I just sit down and think back, like how the hell I could make it. It's tough because I started with $500 for the first 6 months.
Right.
After that, $35 a day. I make $35 a day. But whenever I work, because flea market only open 3 days.
Right.
So another day, Monday to Thursday, I went to work for somebody else. They pay me like $35 a day.
Wow.
And I never collect the salaries. I never get paid because all my money, when the end of the week, I buy gold so I can bring to flea market and sell.
I'm like, how do you fill up 16,000 square feet with jewelry? That's a lot of jewelry right there.
It is a lot up to now. So from there to now for years, and now I'm happy to have like, I feel one of the biggest jewelry store. We have like 53 some showcase.
Right.
I had to build a big vault to put all the jewelry in there.
And you have a lot of like how many employees do you have in a store like that?
Included salesman. Up to now we have like 60
60?
employees.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And
big payroll. Every
right.
2 weeks, crazy payroll.
Right. Just a row of like custom jewelry makers as well, or what? Like.
Yeah, we do a lot of custom jewelry now.
Mm-hmm.
We have, of course, the big showroom. I have 2 jewelry store. One Shop Town, that's where I started. It's about 50 minutes from my main location right now. And the second one in the factories where we produce all the jewelries. So my employees, we have a jewelers, and we have a salesman. We have an online because we have a team to sell online.
Right.
Even to do social media, they got like 6 people.
What's the first time you ever traveled to do custom jewelry?
When I was at South Tower, when I met Paul Wall, big shout out to Paul Wall. When I met with him, and then we team up to do the grill.
Right.
Because back then I did not speak English well, you know. And of course, when I be partner with him, it's easy because he DJ in the club, he be coming up rapper, and he can help me to deal with the customer.
Right.
So when Paul got popular, he started going to tour. That's where the first time I traveled.
You went on tour with him?
With Paul, yeah. And then crazy, me and him, we travel like almost a lot of places, like overseas to Sierra Leone, Africa.
Right.
We went to Europe, like everywhere. China.
I love how Paul Wall was the first Vietnamese translator for Johnny Dang.
I know.
Yeah. So you're traveling overseas. Did you go to Asia too, or what?
Yeah, we went to Macau.
Wow.
Paul Wall, he got booked with when him and Nelly got a real song came out, the song real popular. So they booked Paul Wall and Nelly to Macau. So that's a good thing. Back then, whoever booked Paul said they need extra ticket for TV Johnny. Back then they called me TV Johnny for the name. So I traveled with him.
Where did the TV come from? The nickname.
It's just when I opened in flea market, right? So we did not get any name, so we put like TV Jewelries. T stand for my name.
Oh, okay.
Like my original name, like Vietnamese name is Tuan.
Right.
They start with T. V like Vietnamese. So my father just like think like we don't know what the name we put in there. Just a ball right in the back of repair. So he write his handwriting. TV Jewelry.
Oh, so it was the name of the shop in the yeah.
They call it TV Jewelry.
Damn.
Yeah. And then so I got the name Johnny. That's why they call me like TV Johnny. Because it start with company name TV Jewelry.
I was talking to because my managers are actually Far East Movement, the three they're Asian group. Far East Movement, like Fly Like a G6 back in the day. And my manager was telling me like, because I was telling him I was gonna interview you, and like he had your contact and stuff. I guess from a while back when they had like the hit on the radio and stuff, and they had visited.
I think I met them.
Yeah,
I met them a couple
for
times.
sure, probably like back in the day or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. What so you were touring with Paul Wall. This was like what, early 2000s or something like that, or late 90s?
No, early 2000s.
Yeah, early 2000.
2003. I don't remember exactly the times.
Right, right. And you're getting out there, and this was when you were traveling, and you were doing molds of people like too in different cities.
Right. And sometimes Paul still doing right now, but back then even I could not travel. Paul still making the mold for the artists and bring the mold to me, and I make the grill.
Okay. Yeah. He still does that right?
Yeah, he's still doing this now.
Oh wow.
Once in a while, Paul doing it.
Right. What's so like, just I have a lot of listeners that aren't even in the hip hop world, right? So what's the process of like, say somebody wants something custom, right?
The process is simple. Custom, you give me idea what you want. You talk about custom jewelry, right?
Yeah, like if we take like one of these like action figures and decide to make this a whole, diamond and studded with gems and gold and everything, like what would be the process?
The easy. If you want to make the piece like that, all I do is just get the picture of the piece. For now, back then I do a lot of by hand. I create a wax by hand and do the casting.
Meaning you look at this and then you carve it.
Carve it.
Right.
Wow. That's what I did when I started.
That's crazy.
But now we use the wax, like they call the metric, one of the jewelry wax software. So we draw all detail by the software. So we use from software, we run to the wax.
That's like a 3D scanner, right? Like it scans this 3D wax.
Right. And also they also do that. Like if I have a real object, I can 3D scan. From 3D scan they convert to the jewelry software, and then we make the wax from there.
Yeah, I saw you. I saw in the interview you saying that machine alone costs a lot of money.
Yeah, the machine. I bought the machine like 15,000-20,000, But after that, the machine now is cost like 100,000.
Oh wow.
Each
The
machine.
same machine?
No, different
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah,
a
yeah,
different day because the technology, you know, they change a lot. So the newer machine do a much better job. The
Mm.
wax come out much cleaner.
How often, like when you're collaborating with like artists and on a piece, like how involved are the artists with the piece? Do they try to be involved in exactly what they want, or do you kind of also suggest stuff?
Depend on a lot of artists very picky, just
Yeah.
like Young Dolph, like he want a little bit detail what he like, and Rick Ross. I do a lot of work for Rick Ross, but the artist like Rick Ross is more easier. He know the job I've been doing for him. Like Little John, I just make the real big piece for him. Just a piece by itself got 100,000,
Mm.
but he give me whatever I do, my own create.
Yeah.
Yeah, he say, hey, just make me a client piece.
Yeah, I feel like you kind of got into that place where artists trust you, right?
Right, up to now, that's the thing. They do a lot of trust on me,
Right.
so I just create and get it done.
I liked a lot of the stuff. In the Forbes article, there was like these kind of like rules you live by.
Yeah,
Like, can you share a little bit of that? Because I thought that was really cool. Like, it was like a list of stuff that you mentioned.
yeah. My main rule, the very first and even I started is be honest, in order to get the trust, to earn the trust from people.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most important to me.
Getting trust.
especially in jewelry business, because if you're dishonest, you're going to lose a lot. If you lose the trust from clients, from even friends, from everyone, you're going to lose a lot.
Right.
So my number one rule is real be honest. And I don't know if you know, but a lot, because of my honesty, bring me a lot of benefit.
Mm.
It's true story. The very first time I have a diamond, back then I didn't have a lot of people try to sell me diamond and still worry because they, a little by little, 5 carat, 10 carat diamond, and then they couldn't. I'm beginner jeweler. They could not. I scared give me credit.
Right.
I still remember very well. I went to a couple of vendor, asked them, "Hey, can I buy you $10,000? Give you 5,000, and I owe you 5,000." They say no, because they didn't know me yet.
Right.
So I say, "Cool. I'm going to earn the trust from you." That's why. So I'll be honest. And one time, one of the client, the diamond dealer, accidentally forgot the whole parcel of diamond at my shop. It's worth like 20-some thousands.
Oh wow.
So I called him back. He left at my shop and didn't even know. So I called him back and returned back him the back of diamond. Just because of that honesty, he gave me like full trust. That means like after that, he gave me credit of diamond like none limits. Like say whatever you needed, let me know. I supply you. I give you the diamond.
Yeah.
So to me, honesty is very important.
Yeah, and
in
I
my
feel
business.
like it's a business where it's easy to be dishonest because a lot of people don't have the knowledge of jewelry and diamonds and gold or whatnot, right?
Right.
People don't have, like regular people don't have knowledge of that, so it's easy to kind of trick people in this stuff.
Exactly.
What's like?
That's the second most important thing too. Second thing, we deal with the customer. I have to build a trust with the customer by being honest, by to be like delivery whatever I promise. Not only timing, also the quality going diamond.
Right.
So otherwise it's hard for people to spend tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, but they don't trust you.
Mm.
It's very tough,
What's like one of the top mistakes that regular people make who don't know much about jewelry when they make a purchase? Is there like one advice you can give just to kind of prepare anybody?
It's two different timing. Back then, a lot of them, they didn't know. I'm talking about right now, right? A lot of mistakes people can be made because of they call social media jewelers, street jeweler, the jeweler that they can promote very well on video, picture, but they don't have a jewelry store. They don't have something that back them up for their products. If you don't like your product you send money, you might. I have so many customers call me and complain about different jeweler. I don't want to call their name out, but different social media jeweler, and say they send them money, but they could not go after them. So I say that's nothing I can do. Just because you want a little bit cheaper, of course they can tell you cheaper just to get your money. But how can you go after them to collect your money if they don't deliver it? Because they don't. All they do is just Instagram page, Facebook page, not even bill box or your phone number.
Right.
Phone number they block them. The worst thing they block them by the number. If you keep load them up on social media, you got blocked. Now you got left out lots of money and be so mad. So that's the thing. A lot of people got lost by that.
It's like getting a chain off of Craigslist or something.
Exactly. Yeah. And you sound so cheap. Like say, hey, I got a half a kilo gold and sell for you 10,000. People love cheap stuff, thinking they were about to win. That's the most tricking.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw that in your Forbes. I'm not in your Forbes, but the GQ. You did a collaboration with Godzilla, the movie.
Right.
And that was cool. And I know there's a lot of collaborations you do. Is there like a dream collaboration, whether it's a company or a celebrity, that you would like to do and you still haven't done?
Yeah, of course, a lot. Of course. But movie is the very big deal that I got called from Warner Brothers, the movie companies,
Yeah.
Before the movie release, they asked her to make the deal with them to create a piece. Actually, they pay for it, but it's still big. The honor for me to create from the picture to a 3D to render wax to cast to make the whole piece,
And that's cool. That was just so they can get that made, just to promote the movie, right? It wasn't like who's gonna wear the chain, like the director or something.
Exactly.
Like
it's just promote the movies, but more.
Have you collaborated with anybody? Like, what's the biggest like Vietnamese famous artist or person that you've collaborated with?
I haven't done anything yet. I just did couple jewelry for them. Like Ho Ngọc Ha is one of the latest one I do. I have relationship with Sue Boy, one of the rapper, Vietnamese queen of rappers.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did a little bit small jewelry. Vietnamese, even rapper or the artists, they don't wear a lot of jewelries.
Right.
Even the rich, they got like the new artist. I just did the grill and the ring for her. She got $1 million house in Vietnam.
Yeah.
She make like every show hundreds of thousands. Compared with Vietnamese, she the big money, but she did not. They don't even wear a lot of jewelry.
Not too flashy.
Yeah, but she got a couple of rings, like $200,000 rings.
Right. What's the next step for you? I feel like you've gone into a lot of different areas as a jeweler that a lot of jewelers would have never thought you can go into, right? Like a collaboration with a movie. Or rappers, and just expanding grills into mainstream culture. But like, what would be another thing? What are you doing? Maybe you're doing something already that's going to be like something new or a different field,
Of course, man. Money make money as a businessman. Of course, I've been making a lot of money for years. I still try to make more money.
Right.
I'm about to release. It's secret. Nobody know it yet, but we're going to do like just closing lines. I'm partnered up with Frankie, one of my friends, and Tony. So they Asian, they Vietnamese. No, Chinese.
Oh, nice.
So we teaming up about to release a closing lines. But we do something different. Your guy, you're going to see. I don't want to give too much information right now, but there will be a different closing lines and come out nice, something new. That's it. And on my business is, I keep expanding it. I keep doing it.
Right now, you only have locations in Houston, right? Is that something that you think about expanding outside of Houston as well, or?
I thought it sometime, but it's hard to control. It's hard to manage.
I feel like it is a business that you're dealing with a lot of money at the because you see all these videos on like World Star and shit of like robberies happening. I mean, I'm sure you've been in some like dangerous situations too.
I got robbed a few years ago.
A few years ago, what happened? It was
I was in Galleria Mall. I have a shop in Galleria Mall, one of the 4 biggest mall in America, real big.
Yeah.
It's like 8 p.m. I was in the office like regular day, every day, 4 customer in the store and 2 employees. They just went in and get the gun and make us, lay down and break the 4 showcase, 4 biggest showcase.
And the mall is like business
Just
busy during
regular
this
business,
time.
yeah. Right in front of Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took them like almost 3.5 minutes to break the showcase and took out like $1 million of jewelry.
Wow.
Crazy.
$1 million worth of jewelry.
Yeah, they took me like the value like 4.5 million
Wow.
in 4 minutes. I lost like 55 big Rolex ice house.
Did they ever catch them? Or?
Crazy. They never ever caught it.
Oh, wow.
I got a full video, but I never released that online.
Right.
My shop always have crazy cameras with all the video, but the way they do is like professional though.
Oh, yeah. They came in like Ocean's 11.
like the professionals.
Right.
But lucky they didn't hurt anyone, That's the plus. So which is crazy when you got the first time ever. I couldn't write 2 days after that because they first time I got ever gun point in my head,
Right.
Since then, man, I carry a gun all the time.
And this was only a few years ago, you said. So like you've been in the business for so long and it hasn't happened until that point, huh?
Just only one. Because it was in the Galleria Mall and I never ever expected like they do like that. Because my regular shop, we always like high security.
Right.
Like even the shop tile, we got like 2-3 security at the shop. But this one, the biggest mall, so we never thought like they go to the regular mall and rob like that.
Man, that's wild.
Crazy, yeah.
Yo, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Yo, Johnny, thank you for coming on the show, man. I appreciate you. It's inspiring for sure for a lot of cats and a lot of Asian immigrants in America.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Of making the American dream happen. So, much love to Johnny Dang over here. Tune in next week for another episode of Fun with Dumb. Yee.
Yes, sir.